Hey guys, and welcome to another Repiforce Talk It Out. I am Alex, and I'm joined by Will, and today we're just going to talk about our 2015 recap and just going into 2016, what's ahead and what we're looking forward to. So, guess we'll just get started. So 2015 was kind of a slow year. So, yeah, I mean, just like especially talking about Nintendo. I mean, just in general, it was slow, but when I look at Nintendo specifically, it's like a lot of their stuff that they released, like Mario Party 10, and even Mario Maker, even though it's a good game, it didn't really do as much as I wanted it to, just
Same
for me
here.
personally, because I know a lot of
Yeah.
people love that game, but yeah, like, I don't know, it was just really slow. What were your thoughts about just the overall year?
Well, yeah, it definitely felt slow, and even the 3DS seemed to kind of lose some momentum for me.
Yeah.
I think the only game I got for 3DS this year was the Majora's Mask 3DS, and it's hard to believe that it's actually been a year since that, or almost a year. I know. What is it? What's the game? Triforce Heroes came out. I do plan on picking that up, and so technically that would be another game that I got in 2015. But that's really it: Majora's Mask and Triforce Heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, those were the only two games I got this year, or last year, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was just two Zelda games on 3DS. That was it.
And
Um,
for Wii U, I guess we had Splatoon
mhm.
and Mario Maker and
Xenoblade.
Xenoblade and Yoshi's Woolly World. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
four games, but for some reason it still felt pretty lacking.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Splatoon, we played Splatoon a lot,
I love
actually, when it came
Splatoon.
out. Yeah, I love that, too. But aside from that, Xenoblade was really the only other big game on Wii U to me.
Yeah.
And Yoshi. I really loved Yoshi.
I love
But
Yoshi. I feel like I beat it so fast though. And not
yeah,
just not just beat it, but 100%ed it.
did you really 100% it?
Yeah, I got all the flowers and well, I think I'm missing like maybe two or three flowers and
Okay.
a yarn. So I pretty much 100%ed that game and it
Yeah.
didn't take too long.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of a relief, though. I mean, I'm not going to go too far into it off
Yeah.
topic, but the old Yoshi games were really cruel with the collecting and everything. So I guess when they finally made it more convenient, it made it too fast. But honestly, when you go back and play the older ones, it's kind of a hassle to do. So,
Yeah.
um, but
So
yeah,
what would you say your top 3 then is for games of 2015?
for number three, it would probably be Splatoon because I really did love that game. And they supported it so much. I mean, they're still supporting it. It came
Yeah.
out in May, and there's still new maps coming out for absolutely free. So, yeah, that game, it was just such a good new idea. I mean,
It was
compared to
a
all the other shooting games out there,
It was a huge change of pace. I like it was another one of those games where like when you play it, it just makes you smile and you're like, this is the Nintendo I know.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially like for a new IP, I know a lot of people, including myself, like when it was first announced, I was kind of worried. Like it
Oh
didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody was.
I,
Everybody
I
had that
remember
same
I
thought.
remember chatting with you guys like after it was shown at E3 because they ended their E3 presentation with Splatoon
Yeah.
and I just remember talking to you guys and I was like, that game looks bad. I don't what the heck is it? I don't care about squids. What are
Yeah.
these like at the time it seemed very generic. You know what I mean? Like
Uh huh.
just Squid Girl. But
Yeah.
they definitely changed the tone and like now
Mm-hmm.
it's recognizable IP. It's awesome.
It started to have more of its own identity as it got closer to the release and they
Yes.
started showing more videos and stuff. Like, because I kind of had the same thought as you that it seemed kind of generic. But then when you play the game, it's like, wow, this is super unique.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I'm excited if they ever do a sequel, which I really think they will, because it was such a big success. Yeah, I'm really excited where it goes forward. But my number 2 would be what was my number 2? I know I thought about this really hard. Oh yeah. So my number 2 was kind of a battle between 2 games. It was 2 platforming games that I played this year. First one was Yoshi Woolly World, which I really loved. And the second one is a game that's not Nintendo, which is Ori and the Blind Forest, which is kind of like this Metroidvania type game. I actually think you would really like it. But it's really good. Like, the art style is just beautiful. It was this ongoing battle between those two because they both have really good art styles. Yeah. They both have really good level design. They both have really good music. It was a hard one, but I think I'm just going to go with Ori and the Blind Forest because that game, like, I've been wanting a new 2D Metroid game for so long, and there's been a couple, like, wannabe Metroid games out there. I haven't played all of them, but Ori and the Blind Forest was one that I was really looking forward to, and it's just so good. I remember seeing videos for it, and I was like, oh, this looks like it could be fun. But then when you play it, you realize how much passion went into making it.
That's good.
And yeah, it's such a good game. And number 1 would be Xenoblade, because I've already put way too much time into that game.
How many hours? How many hours you had?
I'm not gonna admit how much. Oh my gosh.
There's probably nothing to be ashamed of because anyone else who's played it is probably in a similar situation.
Yeah, probably. Well, I'll just say I put over 50 hours into it already.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much to be expected.
And it's been out for almost a month. I think it's a month tomorrow because today's the 3rd. Well, when we're recording this, it's the 3rd.
Yeah.
But it's such a good game. There's so much to do in it. They improved so many problems that I had with the original Xenoblade, which was also a good game, but I think by far Xenoblade Chronicles X far outdoes the first one in every aspect of gameplay. The only downside to it that I have is the story, because I don't think it's as good as the first game. But I don't play games just for story. I mostly play them for the gameplay, and God, it's just so good. There's so many different. There's just so much depth to it. It's kind of insane. So, but yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's really good. So what about you? What's your top 3?
Man, I think I played less games than you this year, so my list is more limited. I have fewer options to choose from. So I will probably start with Fallout 4 being number 3.
Okay.
It's definitely not number 1 because it definitely has some flaws that I wish weren't there. The world is really pretty to look at and fun to explore, but once you get over that, it's kind of the character development and the story elements and the dialogue and the things that you do in the world are pretty surface level. It seems like a step down from the previous 3 and New Vegas, so a little disappointing there, which is why it didn't make it higher in the list. Number 2 would have to be Majora's Mask 3DS. And normally I wouldn't put a remake on there, but I had never actually played Majora's Mask from start to finish ever. So the 3DS version allowed me to do that for the first time. And it quickly became one of my favorite Zelda games. Like, I know a lot of people overhype that and say it's better than Ocarina of Time, but dang, it really is good. So that's number 2. And number 1, I'm actually going to have to say for me it's Splatoon for a lot of the reasons that we already talked about. Just really unique, just fun gameplay, like sense of joy playing that game.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, minus the cursing sessions that we sometimes
Well, the thing is that even when we got mad, it was still really fun because I don't know if you ever realized, but whenever we get mad, then we'd suddenly just start laughing.
Yeah, it was never like super frustrating.
Yeah, like we were still having fun with it, so yeah,
Yeah,
it was great.
I don't know, that game just had like that colorful, fun, like childhood sense of wonder again, and I feel like that's been missing from a lot of games. Not really. I mean, Nintendo always has that charm, but I don't know. After playing like Fallout 4, I want to play Nintendo games again because it's like so gritty and violent, and then
Uh-huh.
got to have my dose of like happiness.
Yeah, that is very true. And I guess if you have any like honorable mentions, mine would just be Majora's Mask because I did like that game. I haven't played a lot of Triforce Heroes because I'm waiting for you to get it, but it
Yeah.
is actually really fun. I can't wait until me, you, and Ryan play it because
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
it's really unique. I actually love it so far, just from like the 3 levels that I played. Um, and Super Mario Maker is good. Like I didn't mean to bag on it earlier, like saying it's a bad game, but I just like I have some pretty big issues with the game, like the community making crappy levels that I'm forced to play.
Yeah.
um,
Do you know what my biggest problem with that game I think is? It's not the game's fault. It's just that I don't feel like I have the time or patience anymore to sit
Yeah.
down and really try to make a good level cuz like,
uh-huh.
so much other stuff is going on and it requires a lot of focus if you want to make anything decent.
Yeah.
And then there's like this weird sense that, well, whatever I make is going to be like, so I'll just download a couple levels and play those because they're probably going to be better. Like other people probably have more time to dedicate to making good levels. So it kind of,
Yep.
I don't know, it creates this sense that I don't really want to spend time making levels.
Yeah, that's what it became for me because I started to put like 2 to 3 hours into a single level, and I think in total I've only made like maybe 15 levels because after I hit that number, like after I made so many, I just started to feel like it wasn't worth the time that I was putting into it, and then I do like the 100 Mario challenge, and like I said before, there's so many bad levels in that. Which again isn't the game's fault. Like that's to be expected with a game that's based solely on user created content. So I mean, it's a good game. I mean, without a doubt, it's a really good built game. But it's just not one that I put a lot of time to, like I thought I was going to. Like the minute that Yoshi's Woolly World came out, I just stopped playing it. So.
Yeah, I would say Yoshi's Woolly World definitely makes my honorable mentions, just because of how fun that game was, and the art style is really, really, really pretty. And
Yeah.
I was able to play it with my wife, and she actually enjoyed that game. So
That's good.
yeah. And actually, the funny thing is, I think that my top 3 plus the honorable mention actually is every single game that I played this year. So that's how easy it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I played this year. Gosh, I don't think there, in terms of like 2015 games, because I actually just bought Alien Isolation, but that was a game from last year. So, gosh, I mean, I guess I will say like the Smash Brothers DLC.
Yeah.
We've been playing Smash Brothers for over a year after its release now, so that was awesome, and it's still coming too. But obviously, I can't just take a game from 2014 and say it's my favorite game of 2015, or else I would. But yeah, I think that's about it because, well, I guess I will say I did get Rare Replay, which was just a bunch of old, like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and I played that a little bit. I mean, I beat Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, and I started Conquer, but most of the other games on that disc, there's like 30 games, and most of them suck. So, so I guess I'll put that in my honorable mentions, but that's just a bunch of ports anyways. So that's really not anything amazing. So, and Battlefront is in my top number 1 disappointment of 2015. So, God, I could get into that game, but I won't.
Yeah, another time.
Yeah. So, anyways, so 2015 has good things, but 2016 to me looks like it could be a pretty big year. Not just for
I know
Nintendo,
why.
but just in general, but also for Nintendo, obviously.
Yeah.
So we know the NX is getting announced, or I guess revealed officially, or at least. So all we really know about the NX for this year is that we're getting more details on it, because that's all they've really said. I'm expecting them to reveal the system itself, whatever it is, if it's a console or a handheld.
Oh
or
yeah,
both.
definitely.
I think without a doubt they're going to reveal it because it's been teased for so long now. I don't think they can go another year without telling people exactly what it is. So
Agreed.
so yeah, that's this year. Now, I guess one final time, we've had a whole discussion about this, but do you think it's releasing this year?
See, during the last discussion we had, I thought yes, but
Yeah.
now something makes me think no,
Yeah.
just because it would seem very rushed. Now that it's actually 2016, it seems like such a small time frame, especially
Yeah.
since we still know absolutely nothing about it. So, excuse me. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 2017 now. Now that
Yeah.
I'm in 2016, it's got to be 2017. But I'm still excited about this year because like console hype for me lasts a while, and so once they show it, I'm gonna be excited about it until I get it, and then I'll be
Yeah.
excited because I have it. So
Yeah, actually, I do agree with you because I was thinking about it more, and I think if they revealed it at E3, which seems to be what the case is, um, it would feel kind of rushed, and it would feel almost like you didn't give anybody, a heads up, enough of a heads up about it, because, I mean, obviously we know about the NX, we just don't know what it is.
that and development times for third parties and first party titles, like they have to have learned from their mistakes with the Wii U launch, so they're definitely gonna have better launch titles, more launch titles, and if they released it this year, I don't see how they could have that.
Well, I mean, it depends, because if they got the, we know they got the dev kits out to third parties in October, I believe.
True.
So if the NX was coming out in November and certain companies are kind of like wrapping up their games and they're just going to do a port, or maybe they're porting some of their, earlier next gen titles on Xbox One and PS4 over to the NX. That could be the case. Obviously,
true.
this is all hypothetical. And on top of that, Nintendo's Wii U game was not really strong this past year. You can tell that a lot of their studios, like Next Level Games, for instance, they haven't had anything on Wii U. In fact, all they've said is that they were working on a Wii U game, but it never got announced. So I feel like whatever that was is being moved to NX. Like it just feels like everybody.
It's pointing. Everything's going to NX now. It seems. All signs are pointing towards it. It's just a matter of when now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I personally think it's going to come out next year, but if it did come out this year, I think, in a way, I also wouldn't be surprised by that, because
Same.
I don't know. I mean, there's kind of signs pointing either way. Like it's kind of 50-50 where, it's really hard to say either way until they say it themselves. So
yeah. So aside from NX, then, what are some things that you're looking forward to that we do know about in 2016?
Probably the biggest one. Honestly,
and it's obvious.
right now. Oh God. Well, I don't know if what I'm about to say is gonna surprise you, but I'm gonna say Fire Emblem Fates.
Oh,
is that what you thought I was gonna say?
No, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Fire Emblem Fates. I am really, really hyped for that game. I loved Fire Emblem Awakening so much. I put so much time into that game, and I cannot wait for Fates to come out. I am so excited,
dude. Same here. Like, I'm already imagining like the character artwork, because that was one of my favorite things about Awakening, and like just seeing what all different unique characters could be in that game, and we get an entirely two new, well, actually three Fire Emblem games,
Yeah.
but I don't know how many characters are similar across the two, but
Yeah.
just like that excitement of finding new people to join your team and like, oh, what's their
Oh, yeah.
personality quirk? Can't
Yeah,
wait.
it's gonna be so much fun.
That
Aside from that, oh, what were you about to say?
sorry, I'm like now you got me excited about Fire Emblem. But like that, and they said that Fates was going to be even more emphasis on story, like story writing, as opposed to Awakening. And I thought Awakening had a decent story.
Yeah.
Didn't they get some like famous manga writer to do the story for Fates or something like that? It seems like
yes, they did. I don't know. I can't remember his name, but yeah, they got some big shot in Japan. Obviously, I don't know how well known he is here in
that's
America.
next month, isn't it? February?
Yeah, February 21st. I want to say it's 20 something, but yeah, it's like late next month.
Thank goodness.
Oh, I can't wait. And and you know what else is next month, which is just DLC, but I'm super hyped for it, is Bayonetta for Smash. I love Bayonetta. I love Smash. Good combination. Thank you, Sakurai. I can't wait for that. And I know that's just DLC, though. So
It's an awesome DLC, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's very, very cool. What about you?
Well, definitely Fire Emblem Fates. That's yeah. Now that you mention it, that game is super exciting. That, and it's not like way off in the distant future, so it's even easier to be excited about. That's next month, so I can't wait. Aside from that, though, the big obvious elephant in the room is Zelda Wii U, and like I just want to know more about it at this point, because all we've really seen so far is like, I'm gonna go on a like tangent here, is like grassy landscapes. That engine is beautiful. So just picture in your mind what they could do in other landscapes, like snowy landscapes or volcanic or forest. What, like, I just can't even imagine how freaking crazy that's gonna look. And dang, that I think we'll get I think we'll get the title of it at E3, and then definitely some more gameplay then. And finally, I'm betting November we're gonna actually be able to play this game.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, we're all. I think everybody's excited for the game. I haven't actually seen anybody who is, not expressing some sort of hype for it, but. I mean, I think part of it is because they've showed so little that
nothing is spoiled.
Yeah, like they're just kind of letting our imagination go run wild at this point.
Yeah,
because I mean, we know nothing. We don't even know the title. All we know is Zelda. Just watch the title be really stupid, like The Legend of Zelda: Grassy Grass and. The Grass Chronicles or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, I am afraid, and I don't mean to be, the Debbie Downer, but I really hope that when they show new stuff, that it blows us away just as much as the stuff that they've shown us. Like that first time that they showed off the game. Like, it was Aonuma, and the game just appeared right behind him, and like, that was awesome, and it looked so great. It still looks great, but I just hope that the game just turns out good, because, I think I've already said this before, but the Game Awards footage was kind of rough, and you could tell that the game definitely wasn't close to being finished at that point.
Yeah.
But the last little 10-second clip they showed us looked great again, and... yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be great. I'm not worried that it's going to turn out like crap, especially as many times that they've said, we really want this to be the best Zelda. And I think with them, obviously the Wii U is a lot more advanced than the Wii and GameCube. I can't wait to see what they do with more powerful technology at their disposal. Because,
Plus, at
Yeah.
the time of the Game Awards footage, I mean, by the time it comes out, it will have pretty much been 2 years since that point. And
Yeah.
2 years is a long time, especially for game development. Like, you saw the improvements for Star Fox
Uh-huh.
Zero between what they showed and then what it looks like more recently.
Uh-huh.
And that's with not the Zelda team. Like, the Zelda team is probably Nintendo's, like, top-tier talent.
Uh-huh. Yeah, their Zelda and Mario teams are definitely their biggest ones. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Zelda. I'm very excited for Zelda. I remember just a few days ago or something, you were telling me how you just wanted to have a new Zelda game to explore, and I've been feeling the same way.
It's
It's
been so
just-
long.
Yeah, it's been all we've had are remakes, and it's just what was it, 2011 when Skyward Sword came out? So it's going to be 5 years since
Yeah.
the last new, mainline Zelda game.
Yeah,
So-
home console. Link Between
Yeah.
Worlds was fantastic, but
Yeah.
I'm talking like big 3D Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, because those are the ones, like, those are the big ones that, get blown up, Like, the handheld ones are great as well, but they're pretty much their own things at this point, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, Zelda's very exciting. I am excited for Star Fox. It's been so long since a console Star Fox game, or any Star Fox game for that matter. And the last footage that we got looked really great, and I'm excited. I think when it gets closer to release, I'm just going to stop watching stuff on it, because last year in 2015, like, for every single game that came out, I just didn't watch pretty much anything on it. I'd see the trailers and directs, but aside from that, I wouldn't, like, look up gameplay footage and stuff,
Yeah.
because I just wanted it to be a surprise for, like, Splatoon and Yoshi and Xenoblade and everything. And I think that's what I'm going to do for all the games this year, because I just feel like that heightens the enjoyment, because you don't know anything that's going to happen. And yeah, I mean, Star Fox looks great, and I want it all to be a surprise to me. And I mean, gosh, what else is coming out this year? Yooka-Laylee, I think.
Oh.
And that game looks freaking awesome.
Is that really this year? I was thinking
think
about
so.
that. Dang.
I'm pretty sure. And then I know a game that you're excited for, Mighty
Federation
Number
Force?
9.
Oh.
No, well, that too.
Oh no. Is Mighty Number 9 finally coming out, or is Inafune going to kickstart a extension to the development of Mighty Number 9 for an expansion pack to be released with the game before it even comes out?
Oh my god. Yeah, I think it comes out February.
That game
Could be
is
wrong.
dead to me.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I usually forget about it, but
I backed it, and I don't even care.
yeah, I feel sorry for anybody that backed that game, honestly.
Thank you.
Gosh, what else is there any big Xbox games? I don't think, nothing that I can think of.
Well, I don't own an Xbox One or a PS4, so
Yeah.
if there is big stuff coming out, unfortunately, I won't be able to play it unless I go buy one of those two systems. But is Uncharted coming out this year?
Yeah, I was about to say that, actually. I think Uncharted 4 does come out this year. I want to say it's July, unless I'm thinking of something else.
I'm sure that'll be a good game. Those Naughty Dog's pretty talented.
Yeah. But like you, I don't even have a PS4, so Ratchet and Clank, the remake of the first one, which actually looks really good. Whenever I do get a PS4, I will get that game because I'm actually excited for it, yet I can't play it. So, obviously that's just kind of, holding off on that one.
I think No Man's Sky comes out this year. That game has been hyped up for like 3 years now. I think it's finally coming out. But I don't know if I have time to play that.
I just don't know if I care about it I mean, it's technically impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
But the stuff I've seen of the gameplay just does not interest me. So
is that really it? Like, is there anything else? Any big stuff?
Well, okay, here's another one I'm excited for. Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. That's this year for the US. It actually just came out in Japan. I'm excited for that.
That's a game where I'll actually have to watch some gameplay because I know pretty much nothing about how you even play that game.
Yeah.
Like I saw like you can walk around the overworld and it has that neat like silhouette effect. But I don't actually know what you do to play it, so I might need to actually watch some gameplay on that.
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen anything on Persona?
I've actually never played those games, so really I'm completely clueless.
I wouldn't say it's your standard RPG, but it's an RPG. So,
gotcha. With a J-pop twist.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was actually going to say I am excited for it, but I'm more intrigued by it than anything just because it just looks so strange. Like, especially with the Fire Emblem name attached to it, yet it has that whole J-pop kind of flair going on, which is just kind of strange because you never think about that when you think of Fire Emblem.
It's not a game you play in front of people because they'll be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I agree with that. Another one that I am kind of interested in is Bravely Second for 3DS. Because I've been trying to find more games coming to 3DS, and I forgot that Bravely Default is getting a sequel, and I loved Bravely Default. That was a great game. So I might get the sequel. It depends on when it comes out. Like, if it comes out around Star Fox or something, I probably will wait on it.
Your year will be pretty full of RPGs if you get that one. I mean, that's probably like a 100-hour game.
Yeah, I mean, I know the first one was... I think it took me 80 hours to beat the first one.
Yeah, so you'll have Bravely Second, Fire Emblem, Shin Megami Fire Emblem.
No, stop!
You'll probably still be beating Xenoblade.
Yeah.
And Fire Emblem Fates. Dang, man.
Oh, well.
Lots of RPG.
I'll just lock myself in my room and not come out till I finish everything.
And then Zelda.
Yeah, and then Zelda. And by that point, I'm probably already dead. So. There's the Mario and Luigi game for 3DS, which I don't know if I'm gonna get. I probably won't because I think that comes out this month, and I'm just gonna wait till Fire Emblem because any 3DS game coming out before Fire Emblem is gonna get the shaft because because I won't play it once Fire Emblem comes out. So. It's just kind of a waste of money, honestly.
So pretty much 2016 for me is looking like catching up on Triforce Heroes and Xenoblade, which Xenoblade is going to put me into June.
Yeah.
Especially since at the same time I will be playing Fire Emblem Fates. And I really hope that Fire Emblem Fates doesn't kill Xenoblade for me because I love Fire Emblem and Xenoblade is long.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. After which I will probably pick up Star Fox just for some summer filler and then top the year off with Zelda Wii U. And that's pretty much all I know so far. That's my plan anyway.
Yep. It's a good plan. I mean, Fire Emblem is going to be... Honestly, like, even if there's not a lot of games coming out this year, that we know of at least, it seems like there's some pretty hefty RPGs, and especially Xenoblade just came out in December, so there is quite a few things to do already.
Yep.
And I'm excited for the NX, and I am excited if Kingdom Hearts 3 finally gets a release date, which I'm not expecting, but hey, I can hope. It took like 10 years to get the game announced, so it'll probably take another 10 years to get a release date. So,
yeah, I'll be in my 30s.
Oh yeah, and then 10 more years after the release date announced, it'll finally come out. So by the time I'm 80 years old, I'll finally get to play Kingdom Hearts 3 on my deathbed. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to die. So, let's see. But yeah, I think that's it. Gosh, yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything else for 2016 to talk about. I mean, Yooka-Laylee, I think it'd be awesome if a new Banjo-Kazooie game gets announced, but I don't think that will ever happen before I die.
I keep forgetting about Yooka-Laylee. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited too. It looks like a Kickstarter game done right, so...
Is that going to be the first one ever?
Well, I guess you could say Shovel Knight was done right.
Okay, true.
But yeah, aside from Shovel Knight, it is probably, I guess, the big ones, because I'm sure there's other Kickstarter games that have done things right, but they're probably not like, you know, like big hits. Like Shovel Knight was a big hit. Yooka-Laylee was already a hit and it isn't even out. Wait, what'd you say?
I said Red Ash.
Oh God! Don't even talk about that. Oh man. Wait, isn't that game still being made? I mean, this released 2016. I thought they said the Kickstarter was just to like gauge interest or something.
Hey,
stupid.
Give us money to gauge interest.
and
we're not making it.
No, but then they said some other studio was already funding the game, so that shows how dysfunctional Inafune is.
Such a disappointment.
Maybe this will be the year that Inafune comes out and tells fans that he can't do anything right.
That's another thing I'm looking forward to this year, the train wreck that is Inafune.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'll give one really hopeful prediction this year, just to end things off for me. 2017. Actually, you know what? I have two things, because I just realized this. So this year is Sonic's 25th anniversary. Sonic Team has been pretty quiet lately. They've released a mobile game or something of Sonic, which actually was really popular. But I really hope that for this year they announce a new console Sonic game. I don't care what system it's for. It could be, you know, PS4 and Xbox One.
Do you care what type of Sonic game it is?
Well, I was about to get into that. So, and I hope it's on PC, whatever it is. But anyways, so they just showed the logo for the 25th anniversary, and it has the classic Sonic on the logo. So, you know, the old Genesis Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on one sec. Okay. So I love classic Sonic. I like classic Sonic a lot more than modern Sonic. So my hope is that they do a new Sonic game using the classic Sonic, because I got Sonic Generations on the in the 20th anniversary of Sonic, and it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I liked the classic Sonic stages a lot more than the modern Sonic stages overall. But
so you're kind of hoping for like a reboot of the series, like go back to its roots kind of thing?
Yeah, because recently Sega actually said, they were like, you know, they know Sonic Boom was a disaster, and they know that, you know, fans of Sonic, you know, are kind of slowly, you know, drifting away. Mm-hmm. And they've said that they really want to make a game for the 25th, or not for the 25th, I'm sorry. They just said they want to make their next Sonic game. They really want to appeal to old-time fans and be able to please the new fans at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that, you know, the Sonic fans like myself that have been fans since the beginning, we love classic Sonic. We like the old Sonic games. And you know, there are some new Sonic games that I've liked, but, you know, Sonic has just been kind of slowly dying off in terms of the quality of his games and just the overall enjoyment of his games.
Yeah, so, Sonic Boom is kind of a fitting name.
Yeah, the whole franchise just went boom. So, so I think they said something else along the lines of they want to go back to Sonic's roots with his next game. So if that's true, if they made a new Sonic game using classic Sonic, but if they were to weave in 3D sections, I want Sonic to take the next step, because I feel like Sonic has been stuck in this kind of this hole where Sega's trying to make him 2D and 3D, but they keep doing the same thing over and over. Like they're not changing it enough. And like you have Mario, where he started out 2D, but then when they went to 3D, it really felt like this evolution of the character. Felt like the evolution of the gameplay. You know, same with like going from Metroid games, and then Metroid Prime came out.
Yeah,
like
Sonic lost its soul when it went to 3D.
Yeah, like I just think they need to come up with a good new idea in terms of gameplay to really make Sonic, I guess, relevant again, because he's just kind of dying off slowly. Not in terms of popularity, but just in terms of his games and the sales of his games and the popularity of his games. Like, the character himself is not dying off, but his games are. So
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before his popularity dies off too. So but the other quick thing is just Mega Man's 30th anniversary is 2017. So we already know that Capcom's doing a new Mega Man TV show, which I'm actually dreading for that to be shown off, because it's done by the people who did like this Avengers show, and their art style does not fit Mega Man at all. So that should be interesting. Yeah. But my hope, and my hopes are pretty low, because I think we all know this probably isn't going to happen, but I really hope that Capcom shows off a new Mega Man game, because he's coming up. Like, his whole 25th anniversary, they did nothing. So please give us fans something to chew on for his 30th anniversary next year. I mean, it's January, and I'm already talking about 2017, but seriously, if they were to announce the game, you'd think it'd be this year, and then it would release next year. So
yeah, I would love that. And I guess to kind of cap off my final thing for 2016, all this talk of anniversaries reminded me that this year is Metroid's 30th anniversary. Wow. And Nintendo, if you don't freaking do something with that, so help me, you better announce a Metroid game.
They did give you a Metroid game. I mean, I will.
That is not a 30th anniversary game. That's like a 30th anniversary.
Okay. Imagine them unveiling the NX with Retro's new game, and it's a new Metroid game for NX, but it's not coming out this year. It's coming out next year.
That was actually going to be my prediction, because Retro's been silent for forever. Nintendo is showing NX this year, and it's Metroid's 30th anniversary. It's gotta be. It's gotta be the year.
It's gotta be.
I've said that last 2 years.
Not setting yourself up for disappointment.
Just like the last few years.
Yeah, just like the last 5 years.
Yeah, something like that.
God, no, I really hope they show off a Metroid game as well, but I just hope I hope they show off a game when they unveil the NX, because when they showed off the Wii U, they didn't actually show any games for the Wii U, like when it was first unveiled. It was just like kind of these little, quick sections of games that didn't exist.
You know what they should do? They should start by showing off the games. Like, you fade to black, and then you show epic-looking games, and then the NX rises out of that little platform. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
I thought you were going to say rises out of the ashes.
Like, of the Wii U.
Yeah.
Like before they showed the demo,
the Wii
there's
U
like a burning ceremony of a Wii U. And then out of the ashes rises the NX.
That, I would laugh so hard. Because people hate on the Wii U so much.
I know.
It would be kind of fitting, but It would make sense if they did that, though, because I think Nintendo has learned by now that the games are really important to selling hardware, because that's the only reason the Wii U has sold any. So, so yeah. So I hope 2016 is good. I hope some of our predictions are right, because they're all really, really good predictions that almost seem too good to be true. But yeah, I mean, 2015 was all right. 2016 will hopefully be better. Honestly, it already looks better to me in terms of games.
Yeah,
So, yeah, here's the 2016. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, just let us know in the comments what games you're looking forward to in 2016 and any predictions you think you have.
Yeah, and if you have a top 3 games from this past year, be sure to let us know. So yeah, Happy New Year, and thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later.
Repliforce out.
Bye.
See you.